things like aircrafts. And he has received from organizations like Lufthansa have donated to him an aircraft. But it is a very complicated process to import this, or you can't take it as a Kenyan or as an individual. The government needs to support such activities so that we can develop, because it does not only create opportunities for Kenyans who would then train and come and get jobs here, but it also creates opportunities for Kenyans who are in Kenya. Instead of learning theoretically, you go to a college in Kenya, you learn about maintaining an aircraft, but you have never seen that aircraft. You've never been near an aircraft. Thank you so much. My name is Angela Kerubo. I'm a lawyer. I came to Germany about 10 years ago. I'm excited about the labor mobility agreement because it creates opportunities for other people. I speak this because as someone who came from a legal profession, a lot is said that you cannot work as a lawyer in Germany because of the different areas of law. So anyway, what I would like to ask and challenge you, Mr. President, is by signing this agreement, I would be very offended if the people who are brought on board, and with no offense about Germans, they are our husbands, they are our children, but we want Kenyans who are in this country to be also involved or to play a part, because there are Kenyans here, there are teachers, we have teachers, we have Kenyans who are nurses, we see a lot of nurses coming into this country. These are the people who will provide the expertise, because there is also the cultural aspect. We understand the cultural issues, because we have a lot of Kenyans who come to this country, end up being depressed, and mostly men suffer mentally coming to this country because they don't understand the culture of this country. So it would be very important for diasporans who are here to help on board or to play a part in this labor agreement. The second part is we also have Kenyans here. I will take this opportunity to mention, for example, I've seen him, I wanted to mention him, Mr. Mutunge has a very good program, and this program is he's training aircraft engineers in Kenya. And to train these aircraft engineers in Kenya, he needs things like aircrafts. And he has received from organizations like Lufthansa have donated to him an aircraft. But it is a very complicated process to import this, or you can't take it as a Kenyan or as an individual. The government needs to support such activities so that we can develop, because it does not only create opportunities for Kenyans who would then train and come and get jobs here, but it also creates opportunities for Kenyans who are in Kenya. Instead of learning theoretically, you go to a college in Kenya, you learn about maintaining an aircraft, but you have never seen that aircraft. You've never been near an aircraft. So thank you very much, and those are the challenges that I would like to put in.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Let me answer her, just because it's very important what she said. First, as a lawyer, please help read between the lines. That can also be your contribution. Look at the agreement. If there are any areas that you think we need to nuance it to make it better, work with the embassy here, and Madam Roslyn here will provide the leadership so that we can continuously improve on the agreement so that it serves us better. Number two, you have said that Kenyans who are living here should be in the equation. And I couldn't agree more. And thank you very much for offering to support your colleagues who are coming. It would be immensely useful if you can provide orientation for the people coming here because of difference in culture, because of some shocks that may arise. And the ambassador should be able to provide that mechanism for Kenyans who are already here to support your countrymen and women who are arriving. And we should find a mechanism for that to happen. And then on the third issue on Mr. Mutunge and some of the... this morning I had a very interesting conversation, by the way. There are people, Wanja here was telling us this morning that she needs left-hand drive vehicles because the driving is on the other side. But you said it was on the wrong side. It is not the wrong side. It is the right side by us, and it is, so it depends on where you're standing from. So anyway, so we need that, some of the equipment to facilitate the training, to make sure that our labor is fit for, working in Germany. It was also said that we need some tools, again this morning. We were told that, for example, the training we have for our technical staff, plumbers and everybody, there are some tools that are different. For the British system that we have is different with the German system. So again, we will look at, these are now things that are coming out because we are having this conversation. We will then need to improve on some of those things, including what my good friend here, Mutunga, is saying, that maybe there will be need for opportunities for us to facilitate some of the training tools, whether it be aircraft, whether it be tools, whether it is cars, so that we can facilitate this export of labor to be seamless, as Kenyans will have the requisite skills. They don't have to come here and train again. So I think that's a very positive contribution, and therefore both Rosalind and the ambassador here, we need to capture some of those things so that we can now, because we now have a joint, what is that? Joint implementation committee that is going to be made of German professionals and Kenyan professionals to help us now clear some of these hurdles that we have.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I have a plan, yes. I mentioned to you about the cultural center. This is for use at various levels with the issues of mental health, etc., like what has been said here. I don't want to go into it, but I will give Pastor here the mic, and please, under 1 minute.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Balozi. My name is Bishop Omari, and we are here representing a large constituency of pastors who are coming from different cities in Germany. And we have, of course, one message that we'd like to extend to you and to the leadership, that as a church, are people who are seeking reconciliation and peace and prosperity of the country. We love you and we are praying for you as a mandate of the church. We have a number of concerns, but I'll mention two very fast. One, we have a number of Kenyans here. They would like to get married, but it is quite complicated for them to go back home. Is there a possibility that this can happen within our embassy? Probably there could be a legal representation, and we can do that. Number two, as a church, and forgive me, I'm representing the constituency of pastors and in Germany. As a church, we need people that we would like to come and help us to work. We need pastors, ministers, professionals such as keyboardists and such a people, because we have a large constituency of churches, in this case Kenyan churches in Germany, and we need manpower. And sometimes it's quite complicated and difficult to get visas in Germany for such purpose. So we are praying if there could be any intervention where that is concerned, we'll be much grateful.
Thank you, Pastor. Rosalind, do you want to answer that? Because I think that matter he has raised on marriage around the embassy has been